Hello everybody and welcome back. Today I am asking CHAT GPT to design me a female sim in Sims 4 along with her home. So let's have a look and see what they come up with. I've never used it before to design a sim, so I'm excited. Okay, so there's a lot going on here. So let's do specifics of body type, eye color. So it looks like they've gone for like mods, but we can try to work with that. So athletic body, realistic eye color, soft ash blonde hair, and a curly light hair. That's okay, we can work with that. So let's switch her over to female. We're gonna go for the long hair, of course, and we're gonna make it curly. That's quite pretty actually. And we're gonna make it like an ashy blonde. I don't really know what ashy blonde is. I feel like this could work. Okay, and so with the build, they've decided to give her quite a muscular one. So that's absolutely fine. We just switch her over. I'm going to put her in a swimming costume so it's easier for me to see the body size. I'm not going to make her super slim, but let's add some muscle onto it. So I'm going to get them to design a female sim characteristics and clothing choice sort of down to T. They've given me a whole profile for her. Okay, what have they called her? Isabella. That's interesting. Izzy, actually, because that's my name. So that's very interesting. I like to see that. So they've given me like options exactly for her outfits as well. So the everyday outfit, a flowy off-shoulder blouse with intricate embroidery, high-waisted leg trousers and earthy tones, leather ankle boots with fringe details, a layered necklace, a wide brim hat, and a slouchy tote bag. Okay, so let's get into it. So first of all, I'm going to start by giving her name. I'm going to call her Isabella. Moriarty was the last name they gave us. And they said as well to have Master Maker as her aspiration. And then they gave us her to be creative, a perfectionist, and something else as well. I can't remember what it was, but we shall find out as we go through. Oh, that was it. They said art lover as well. So yeah, I mean, they've given her a very artistic, earthy, nature-themed background, which we love. I think it's going to be a very interesting challenge to see how this comes across. So obviously the last one is creativity, which we're going to find under here. There we go, perfect. So we've done all of her preferences and everything like that. And like I said, they have gone for this. They've broken it down by each one as well. So we've even got formal, sleepwear, party wear. So let's go into the main one. And it said an off-the-shoulder top with embroidery. I don't really know what we're going to get because, like I said, I don't have any like CC or mods or anything on this. So this is literally just the base game. So that's what we're playing with for now. This is kind of off-the-shoulder but no embroidery. Again, embroidery, but it's not great. Oh, this could work. Okay, yeah, that's definitely off the shoulder, and I think that is embroidery as well. So the trousers, they said high-waisted trousers with an earthy tone. You know, I'm flicking through a couple of pairs. These are quite nice, but I don't think the brown really goes. I think they said wide-legged as well, so let's have a little look. They could work, but I don't really like the stripes down the side. Maybe a different colour. I don't know, I'm not really feeling these. Let's see what else we have in terms of these. The white could work, but I don't know. What do we think? No. Okay, so I've gone for these ones here, which are like a sandy colour, so it fits in with the earth theme. And of course, the shoes, they said leather ankle boots with a fringe embellishment on them. I found these like ankle boots here. They have got an embellishment. I don't really think it's fringe, but you know, we're not working much. Of course, they said layered necklaces as well. So I think these match, and I think it matches like the earthy nature tone as well, and a wide brimmed hat. Do you know what? I think she looks slay actually. I think she looks like a right diva. She protects the earth and we know it. So they said also to add on the next one is formal. Wow, that is a choice. So it was a plunging V neckline dress with lace. You know, I'm seeing plunging necklines, but the lace, see, that's not really plunging V neckline and a tiny bit of lace here. So you might have to go for one or the other on this one, but let's explore through and see what we can find. Okay, that's got the neckline, but it hasn't got the lace. See, this has got the lace, kind of the neckline. You know, this could work, actually. I feel like it's not really a plunging neckline, but it could definitely work. And it said dainty earrings with a bracelet to match. So I've gone for these very, like, pearl, like, earrings. I'm going to find a bracelet which can match us as well. Just like a simple dainty one. What have we got? What's this one? Oh, hello. Okay, yeah, that could work. It's like a little dainty one. So next up is the gym wear, which is a very much a choice. It was a tie-dye crop top, geometric leggings, and sneakers that are comfy but colourful. I couldn't find a tie-dye crop top, so I found this one, but I have found some sort of geometric leggings just there. They also said about having a headband in her hair, which we'll look for later on the head, and a sports band as well. So they have a sports watch. Oh, that one there, you can't really see it, but it is a sports watch. Okay, the sneakers look cozy. So this is the nightwear, yikes, and it was a silk/satin cami top, matching shorts, slippers with a pom-pom, oddly specific, and a sleep mask with a funky pattern. So I've just filtered it here, and these are the bottoms, and also we're going to filter it to silk. So I'm just going to go for black. I've gone for that. It's not really a tank top, but it kind of is, but it's the one that fit in the silk. And then again, had no pom-poms, but we've gone for bunnies instead, because I feel like that kind of still matches the theme. And then obviously they wanted her to have an eye mask with a funky pattern, and this is what we're working with. It's definitely a choice. I mean, look at that. That is the style icon of the year. Vogue is going to be ringing you up. Yikes. This is the party wear at current. So with the party wear, they said basically it should be a, what was it? A halter neck. Yes, a halter. Oh my God, that is so pretty. Why can't she wear that? So it's a halter neck dress with sequins and a platform shoe with sequins as well. I feel like this is the closest we're going to get because it is a sparkly dress. In terms of the shoes, I've managed just to find sort of like a filter it to platform. What have we got? Oh, these are quite fun. These are like platform styly, kind of. Nothing really a sparkle one, but that's going to have to work for now, to be honest, because, you know, you're not really giving us much here. And it was a statement earring as well, so let's see what we've got. No. Okay, that could work. That definitely matches the gold on the dress, so I think that could work. And it also said a statement ring. So next up, I've just filtered it to be the swimwear, so they've gone for a, wow, they've given us a lot here actually, haven't they, to be honest? They've given us like a hell of a lot. So basically it was a boho swim costume to match like with her nature lifestyle. They've literally broken down into like skills and hobby, aspiration and goals, everything. They didn't give us a hot weather, so I have just gone for that, which I think kind of matches anyway. So let's see what we can find. On the styled looks, they have this, which I think will be absolutely perfect. Okay, yeah, that could work. That is like boho down to a T. And the cold weather here, long coat, turtleneck, tailored trousers or midi skirt, knee-high boots, knitted scarf and a wool beret, sleek ponytail of low bun and a low makeup tone. See, this preset outfit here is probably going to be better than the others. I'm just going to change the makeup slightly on this one. That is literally what they've described to me, basically. So I've changed it to a low bun for this one, like they said, for the swimwear, you know, because we want to try and be as accurate as we can. And I found a headband as well with a ponytail for the athletics. So yeah, so this is the outfits that they've designed. Obviously I've tried to follow it the best I can, but you know, like I said, I don't have any CC or mods, but you know, so they've kind of given us these outfits. Some of them are definitely that one worse than others. That one, that's okay, that's all right, and I love that. So they haven't done too bad actually, so let's get into it. So obviously they've given her a backstory, and now she lives in Henford on Bagley. Seeing inspiration in nature of a slower pace of life transformed her cottage into something wonderful and creative. So of course we're going to start with a blank plot, so then we can design her house, cottage, on her own sort of terms. So yeah, I could see her living here actually. I get the vibes. Okay, Wild Fox, do come through. This is definitely the place for her. Okay, so they've given us the floor plan. So living room, cozy space with a fireplace, vintage furniture and a reading nook, kitchen dining area, open plan with rustic wooden dining table and a kitchen island, a spacious art studio with easels, pottery wheels and shelves for supplies, a boho inspired bathroom with handmade ceramics, tubs and plant, and a serene bedroom with a canopy bed, vintage rugs, personal artwork. So I'm going to start off by doing the living room just here. So like I said, they want a fireplace. They want it to all be like mosaic tiles and like nature colours and like natural and earthy themes. So let's have a little look at what we can get. I said about putting fairy lights, but I'm just going to get some brighter lights in here. What have we got under boho? Okay, see, that could work. So I've just gone ahead and put some of these lights in. What was this yellow? Oh, that's quite gopping, isn't it? Do we think, oh yeah, that's probably quite gopping for a living room. Actually, what else have we got? Maybe something more like neutral, natural tones. Let's just see. Okay. There's got to be something that we could work with here. Okay, that's better. So I've changed it to the brown just here, and I've put mosaic tiles on the floor to kind of go with like the nature theme that they've been giving us. So what I'm going to start off by doing is I'm going to obviously add in the furniture in this room, and what they've said is like vintage furniture. So we do have a vintage setting as well. So I'm going to flick it over to vintage and see what really comes up. I like being able to filter it as well, because I feel like you can find other bits that you wouldn't necessarily know. I've never built a house like this before, so I've put boho as a filter as well. I've come across this like vintage sofa, which I think looks nice. I'm not really feeling any of these chairs, to be honest. Let's put a fireplace in and see what else we can find. I'm not putting any TV because it didn't tell me to put anything like that in. So, you know, she lives for the art. That's what she does. I found these chairs and I found this like rug as well. I've just sized it down so it fits in a little bit better. They said to add like a reading nook, so I've added in a couple of bookcases and these like really fun like buffet chairs as well. I'm looking for like some pictures and stuff to go up on the wall. Obviously, you know, they said to adorn it with her artwork, but because we haven't actually played the game, we don't have anything to put on it. I'm looking for a, like, bookcase, like the ones that actually go onto the wall, because I think that will look really nice if I can find some. Perfect, there we go. So they stick onto the wall quite nicely, and I found these really lovely chairs and doors as well, which are going to look fabulous. This one here is slightly bigger, so this is going to lead out into our next room. So this is going to be her art studio. They said basically plenty of light coming in, pottery, easels, shelves, a lot, you know, the perfect art studio for someone who's creative. So I've added in these massive windows. They said easels, so I'm going to put a couple of easels in because they did say plural and you know what they said. So, and like I said, it will be adorned with her artwork once we start playing the game. So let's add in the pottery wheel and then sort of the baker oven, whatever you call it. Find her a chair. It's not the most comfortable chair, but it's wood. I feel like it fits in the theme. Let's get a rug in here as well. Okay, that fits perfect again with the theme. I found these shelves, which I'm just going to fill with like random bits of art and some pots and some flowers. Again, just all keeping in with what they've already told us. So yeah, I think that looks super cute so far. I would probably live here if 1, I could draw, 2, make pottery, and 3, do anything remotely artistic. But yeah, it sounds like the perfect place apart from that. So in this one, it says an open plan kitchen / diner with a mismatched chairs around the table. So that's what I'm doing. And a kitchen island. I've never built a kitchen island on here before, so I'm really pushing myself today out the comfort zone of what I usually do on The Sims, hence why I'm doing this challenge, really. So I'm just going to clear off all the bits, because obviously I've copied the room from the other one. Hopefully we can find something that fits quite nicely. Oh, these are quite nice actually. So this is what I'm going to go through. I've just made the kitchen island sort of like a horse shape, which I don't think is too bad actually. And then with the actual kitchen stuff, I'm going to go for like beigey brown. I don't really care what sort of make it is or anything like that. I'm literally just going for the colour wise. I'm going to match these up with the island that we've already put in. And we have a fridge just there as well. We're not giving her a dishwasher because, you know, she's living a rural life. She's living out back. There we go. So we've given her a sink here, some little bits. I love putting in the clutter as well, as you will see from other videos that I've done. I love the clutter. So let's add all this onto the tables. Some little storage, you know, because if she's very artistic, she definitely wants her storage. I don't really know what these do. Can you put anything on these? I don't really know. If we can put stuff on it, great. But if we can't, then they're probably going to be a bit useless for us. Yeah, okay. Things can't go onto those. So we're probably going to take those off and put something else on instead. So I found these, which are, of course, from the small business pack. So, you know, we're not going to be selling anything on them, but I just think they look really nice with the theme, actually. So let's see if we can get some, like, bits and bobs to go onto them. That's why it comes up with the price tag, is obviously because it's a small business. You can sell anything that's on them. I'm going to put some fruit on the table as well. And I found these really nice candles, which, again, I think look really nice with the theme. Because they did say add candles and fairy lights as well, which I'm holding off for the bedroom to add the fairy lights. So I'm just going to add some more plants onto this. I really like this planter, actually. I think it's really sweet. I think it's a lovely idea. So add some flowers up onto the kitchen sides as well. I've just flicked over and I'm going to create the bathroom. So again, it's pretty much the same, like, you know, tiled. It was a freestanding tub with flowers is basically all they gave us. So not too much to work with, but we can definitely work with it somehow. So I've added in the freestanding tub. I've gone for like the beigey brown sort of colours so everything really matches up. Ooh, that could, no. I'm not feeling, oh, that's a bit fun. So many fun showers to discover. There's like a tile shower. That could work because it's kind of like matching the tiles on the floor. So I'm going to add in some like storage and stuff like that. And the sink. What sink? That could work actually, the sink wise. That's not too bad. So first of all, I'm going to add a mirror over the sink. So when I've done that, and then I'm going to find a nice little rug to go underneath. That could work. Perfect. Okay. And then, like I said, add some little bits and bobs. She's going to have like a very old fashioned washboard vibe going on here. So nice towels, some wash baskets, a laundry basket, some toilet roll, and maybe some like shelving. I wish you could stack this shelving because I think it would look really nice actually if you could stack it. It's probably a bit too much shelving there. Might take some of that off because there's a little bit much, but they did say add some plants, so I'm going to put some plants on these, you know, because why else would you not fill your bathroom with loads and loads of plants? That's what they told me to do. Okay, so now I've added in the plants there. I'm going to try and fit this one in somewhere, just, you know, something to go in there. Can we find a plant? Perfect. Okay, no, actually, no, that's not perfect. Let's find some bits for the walls. I think that'd be better. And like I said, when we actually start playing the game, then we can adorn it with her artwork like it told us to do. Okay, so I've added in some windows as well into the bathroom just to make it a little bit lighter. I've added this mosaic tile as well, which I think looks really lovely. So next up, we're going to do the bedroom, which basically says a canopy bed. So that's what we're going to start with just here. I think this is a canopy bed. This is what comes up when I type in canopy bed. So I'm pretty sure this is a canopy bed. And also the colours match quite nicely as well. So I think we can roll with that one. And then it said like a little table as well, which I think looks really sweet. They said also to add in a large window with a desk underneath the window for some light. I'm going to add in some fairy lights in here as well, because it did say to add fairy lights, and I think the bedroom is the perfect place to add them. So I'm just going to go along all the walls and add fairy lights into each one, because I think it's just going to look really, really pretty, actually, to be honest. Okay, so fairy lights are done. I've added the window and I've put this desk in just here. I'm going to find a chair to match it as well. So this is going to be like a writing desk. So I'm just going to find like a book or some books. Perfect. It's like a journal that matches perfectly. A little tea tray, and then some other little bits, probably like some books in here as well, you know, because she's very well read. So let's find that here. Perfect. Size this up, and I think that looks really lovely. I found this, it's meant to be a room divider, but I thought it just adds a nice little bit of like colour and decoration to the wall. Add in some baskets. I've added a dresser in, some flowers and some plants, and I think it's starting to look really cool, actually. I think this whole house is starting to come together as a whole. Yeah, I think that's a bit big, but perfect. I think the bedroom is all done. So let's move on to the next one. They said about an outdoor space for like creativity. So I'm just going to make it into like a patio, and then we can add from there. So I've changed the fencing to be more like a brown, because obviously then it matches more with the colours. And I'm going to put like a mosaic tile down on the floor just here. Woodworking bench, because that's what it said to add. And it said to add like an outdoor seating area. I'm going to add a barbecue as well, because obviously I can imagine she cooks a lot of like al fresco. Maybe some decorations as well. What have we got decoration wise? We've got this little basket. That's cute. Okay, some little like vintagey baskets just there. Maybe something crafty as well that she can do. Let's add a gate in. What have we got that comes under? I've added a nectar making machine, and I've added these wooden benches in as well with a fire pit, because again, I think it all adds to the outdoor vibes. I think that's starting to look really cute, actually. Yeah, I like that. So next up, they said to add a front porch adorned with hanging plants, a swing chair, and a small table for morning coffee. And of course, we then have the backyard, which is vegetable patch, flower bed, small greenhouse, and a stone path leading to secluded seating and surrounded by greenery. Okay, so I've just decided to just finish up the front bit here so we can then add the porch on. So this is basically like an entrance way, so it's nothing fancy. I've just kind of gone with the theme of adding plants, taking shoes off, because I feel like that's something. So I'm going to add some flowers onto the front of the house just here, and then obviously we can add the porch on top of that. So I've just gone ahead and built a new room. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller, and I've put the house up onto stilts as well, because I think it looks a little bit better. Add some fencing into here, and then we can add a gate. And then again, I've just done the flooring like a mosaic tile. I don't know what I'm going to add platform wise, but let's have a look. Oh, okay, that looks quite fun. Yeah, we're going to go for that. So I'm just going to go around, and I'm basically going to do the whole house in that. And I've started to add stuff to the porch. So like I said, a swinging chair, so we've got that in there. Flowers, a table for morning coffee. So we've basically covered everything. And I'm just going to go ahead and add some other little bits as well. Okay, so I think it's really coming together now. So what I'm going to do is I've added some stairs in so they can actually get up. I'm just going to add some like shrubbery. Unfortunately, everything is dead on the game, even though it's spring. So now it's time for the roof. And I hate doing the roof. So fast forward me doing the roof. Yeah, it's not great. I'm awful at roofs, so we're just going to skip past that bit. So outside as well, they said to add a sort of vegetable patch garden and a greenhouse as well, and some outdoor seating area, which I think is going to look fab. So I've just put a fence around this. Obviously, it's not fully connected because otherwise it's going to take away that because it's on dirt. So I've added in the dirt. These are going to be like vegetable planters, and I don't think you can put a pre-made greenhouse, so I'm going to build my own greenhouse. Wall wise, I've just typed in greenhouse, nothing's come up, so I don't know if we do glass walls. We might do, but I don't seem to be able to find them. So I'm going to be a little bit creative here, and I've just added greenhouse, and I've gone round and I've added windows into each of the walls, so it's kind of like a greenhouse with glass walls, but it's all windows. Look at that. I actually am very proud of that, to be honest. And so I've just added in these greenhouse stands that I found when I was looking for other stuff. So I think it looks quite nice. And again, you can put like plot plants. On the roof, I think you can get a glass roof. I do remember seeing one. Oh my God, fantastic. Okay, I'm amazed that I managed to build something so spectacular. Love that. So obviously they said as well to add in like a separate little seating area. So I've just drawn a stone path, which again was said to add in. So I'm just going to make that extended out. It's not exactly the straightest. So like it says here, yeah, it is a stone path leading to a serene secret seating area with lots of floral around. So I've just added in an octagon shape just to mix it up. And like I said, the trees are dead, unfortunately, because obviously it's like spring. I don't know why they're dead. They should actually be alive in spring, but you know, whatever. So I'm just going to change this to be brown so it matches all in. And these, obviously, when they blossom, are going to look lovely. So I've added in these benches. I'm going to add in sort of like a little fire as well in the middle, because I think that's going to look really sweet. I'm adding in a picnic area as well. If I can get this picnic basket to sit down somewhere, that would be fantastic. There we go, perfect. So it's like a picnic area, come secret area to sit. I'm going to fill this with flowers all the way along. I don't know how it's going to look, so let's have a little look. Do you know what? I don't hate it. I think it's fun. It's definitely giving maze. So let's add in some bushes here, some trees, some foliage, flowers a lot, just to basically bulk it out and make it look really pretty. But overall, I think it looks fantastic. You know, not to toot my own horn too much, but I'm really pleased with how it's come out. So I'm going to add in some windows. I'm going to add in the windows from what was already pre-existing. Okay, so let's have a little tour and see. So we've got the outside, obviously there. This is the living room with the fireplace and the little like nook. And then we have the art studio, and I think that looks fantastic. The bedroom, I think this is probably my favorite room. It just looks very peaceful. Like you could just have a good 24 hours of solid sleep in that room. So in here is obviously the kitchen, which looks great. And then, oh, hello, welcoming party. The mismatched chairs are giving vintage vibes, and I love it. I love the kitchen, actually. I think it's my second favorite. Then we have the bathroom as well, just there, and obviously they did want it on one floor, hence why it hasn't gone upstairs. Outside is our vegetable patch, and then we have our greenhouse. Again, very, very impressed with my greenhouse. One more time for the greenhouse, please, everybody. Look at that. I'm going to add that to the gallery because I'm so impressed with that. And then obviously the outdoor area just here. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. I'm definitely going to do more challenges like this because I think it really pushed me outside of my comfort zone, which I really, very, very much enjoyed. And thank you for watching. If you could like, subscribe, and comment, it really means the world to me. And I will see you all next time. Thank you so much.